Thank you, and welcome everybody to our interview with Dr. Dritan Abazović, the Prime Minister of Montenegro. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, with great pleasure.
So with this interview, we would like to cover different areas. Your personal journey, your political journey, and also, of course, current political priorities at home and abroad. So let us perhaps start with your personal journey. You were born in 1985 on the southern coast of Montenegro. And of course, during your youth, you experienced the war in the region and also later on Montenegro's independence. How did your upbringing inspire you to become the global leader you are today?
Oh, good question. You know, when I was in high school, that was the period of the post-war in former Yugoslavia, you know. And all this country of the former Yugoslavia had a lot of problem with the nationalism. And in that period, I start to go in some kind of conference and schools, which was organized by the Helsinki Committee of Human Rights, and they provide the reconciliation of the young generation in the region. And time by time I start to talk about that, you know, in different kind of events. And I understand that this is the really big problem, that people hate each other, people don't see the common future. And maybe I create somewhere inside of me some, let's say, need to give the contribution to change something. And this was the reason how I joined in this, let's say, social life. And all my high school was with a lot of informal education in that sense. And I decided to study the political science after that. I was pretty sure what I want to study. And after that, everything is the history, you know. I jumped in the politics in one moment after the university, had a good success. I was the youngest MP in my country. In 2012, I was elected first time for the state parliament, and in that mandate, I was the most active MP in the country, like the youngest one, but the most active. And day by day, with using a lot of energy, a lot of will, lot of lot of time, it's happened that I become the Prime Minister.
And now you're the Prime Minister of a country, the first and only country in the world also, that has in the constitution the state dedicated as an ecological state. How does that constitutional obligation show in your everyday work? And can Montenegro be a pilot for an economic and ecological transformation for the world?
Yes, Montenegro is the only country in the world which is by constitution declared like ecological state, and I think that this is our very big advantage also in diplomacy. But our behavior should be better. Behavior of the ordinary people should be better, and we have some ecological problems also inside of our country, but what is our advantage is that you can drink water from our rivers in the north of the country. So the agenda of my government is to protect the environment everywhere. We think that this is the big potential of Montenegro, and because we are a lot dependent country from tourism, from touristic sector, we giving our best to promote Montenegro like green destination. And a lot of our politics, daily politics, are connected with that. So in one campaign, what we have, Montenegro 365, this is for the old days, we always try to promote that we are green destination, and we invite the people to enjoy in our nature. And to be part of protecting of our ecosystem. So when I say that we need to change a little bit our behavior, we need still to work more with education of the people. We starting different kind of programs in our school system, in our education system for the young generation to educate to understand the importance of the protecting of environment and the promoting of the green policy. And also we need to work with another, not only with youngs but also with another generation. So in daily activities I will mention the situation from the last year. Last year, when we went to for the UN General Assembly, our Montenegrin delegation was only one which came with a bicycle on the opening ceremony. All another delegation coming with a limo, with the cars, and we want also in that way to show that one green country is existing, and we promoting the health living styles, and coming also in the most important maybe political meetings with the bicycles, or in the way which is ecological, with a high ecological aspect.
Mm-hmm. And you already touched on reforms that your government is doing. And some of those reforms, of course, have the goal to become a member state of the European Union. You're already a NATO member. Next step is the European Union. I think you said you want that the Western Balkans should not be the last black hole of Europe. Mm-hmm. That's a quote. So what are the precise next steps that you do on that journey to keep you attractive and also to keep the European Union attractive in the mutual relationship?
Our most important foreign policy goal is to become the EU member. We finished our big goal, that is to join NATO. In 2017 we joined NATO, and I think that we are very respectable partner. Country is not big and our capacity is limited, but definitely also in this context of the war or this aggression of Russia Federation to Ukraine, Montenegro today showed to everybody around the world that how one small country can play the important role in supporting of Ukrainian people. In this moment, Montenegro is by percentage the country with the biggest number of Ukrainian refugees. So 5% of our population are Ukrainian. Everybody feel very safe and very comfortable in our country, and I am really proud on that. So in that sense, I think that we need to promote more solidarity around the Europe, especially in Western Balkan. And from my personal view, if we want to relive the enlargement process, Montenegro is the perfect country. Why? Not because I am prime minister and now I need to make the, let's say, commerce for my country, but just to say some arguments which I think that is very easy to check and which are very crucial in this process. We are only country in the Western Balkan which don't have the problem with the neighbors. We have very good relation with all the neighbors. Not have any kind of national tension inside the country. Fixed a lot of problems. It's true, we need still to do in promotion of the rule of law and to make our institution more strong, independent and professional. That is true, and we need to deliver that result. But also EU should understand that after this aggression of Russia Federation, and after when we saw that during the night things can change a lot, I think to stay attractive also for EU is that you need time by time to accept the new members. So if you are growing, that is showing that your idea is superior. So I still believe that the EU idea is superior, but EU also need to grow. EU lose one member because Great Britain decided in one moment a few years ago to go out of EU, and I think that now is the time to think differently and to say, okay, one country leave, but we have others which are ready to join. In that sense, I think that Montenegro can be the perfect country for the reliving of enlargement process.
And one final question. During last year's UNGA, you highlighted Montenegro's role also with regard to peace. And you talked about positive and negative peace.
Yes.
So how do we come to positive peace, to a more just world, as you also said in your book? And how can Montenegro show that bridging religious differences is possible?
Yes, good point. The negative peace is the peace, that's like a definition of the peace, when you have only peace but nothing else is functional in the society. So tension, a lot of corruption, organized crime, no strong institution, no rule of law, just you don't have the people who shutting each other. This is negative peace. Positive peace is different. Positive peace is then you have the full sustainability of the peace and you don't have the risk to have the conflict. So you have the strong institution, rule of law, respecting of norms in the country, security aspects very high, safety, everything in very high level, and you don't have the risk that tomorrow can something can change very easily. In the Western Balkan countries, we are still in transition between negative and positive peace. I am not saying that this negative peace that was maybe 10 or 20 years ago when the things was so risky. Now it's not like that, but still it's not fully positive peace, and we need to give the contribution on that. So after the corona virus epidemic, after this situation between Russia and Ukraine, we understand that the things what happen very far from your country, from your home, are in some incredible way very near to you. So all countries, and I think that all individuals should start think in that way to bring more cosmopolitan spirit. So to understand each other, to understand the needs of each other, and to promote something what are universal values, not the values of just one society, one culture, or one group of the people, or one individual, but something what we can have, like John Rawls said, the overlapping consensus about something when we have the fully agreement. So about solidarity, about the love, about the respect of each other, about the giving the different kind of freedom to each other. In that sense, I think that the size of the country is not so important. So also small countries like Montenegro we have the obligation from my point of view to give a contribution that also the big countries who have more influence, have the obligation to give the contribution to fix that. UN is like an idea. When UN start, it was from my point of view, the understanding of EU in the UN in the beginning was that promote this kind of thing. So, if we want, from my point, to have more distribution of justice around the globe, we need to have the reform of United Nations, in the context that to be more productive in promoting of some politics. I think that now we have the system which is not compatible with the needs of contemporary society. Maybe this was very productive 30, 40, 50 years ago, but today, in this globalized world with a lot of technology, and in the world when also artificial intelligence starting to be more and more popular, I think that we need to have more effective global institution like United Nations. But I support the idea, and I think that we just need to construct, to build, to make some, let's say, update of this idea, and to make more productive with the promoting of more cosmopolitan spirit.
Thank you so much for taking your time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.